Making your children to eat regular recipes with the greeny leafy vegetables is always a tough job. But when you cook it in a different way, an interesting way, they will automatically come onto the table and have the dish. This is Visu. Welcome back to my Visu's Magical Kitchen. I'm here with another interesting recipe from Italy, that's pasta. And today's pasta, I'm making it with some fresh green leafy vegetables like basil and spinach. This is a really healthy, yummy and interesting recipe to cook in your kitchen, and it's going to be everybody's favorite. To watch more this kind of interesting recipes, please subscribe to my channel here. I'm going to make this recipe with fresh nuts. Today I'm using walnuts and sunflower nuts. You can use any kind of nuts, and from fresh cheese like Parmesan and Cheddar. You can make it with the ingredients which you have in the home. This is a pesto pasta recipe, and without making any late, let's dive in and start cooking this yummy pasta recipe. The ingredients which we need to make this are of fresh basil leaves, handful of them. You can use some basil leaves which are freshly available, or you can use dried basil leaves, or if in India, if it is not available to you, you can use some tulsi leaves as well. 3 cups of spinach which is fresh. Today I'm using a gluten-free tricolor spiral pasta. You can use any kind of pasta which is available in your place, like penne, spaghetti, anything. 3 spoons of salt for boiling the pasta as well as for coating the pasta. Today I have used the combination of both walnuts and the sunflower nuts for this pasta, but you can use the nuts which are available at your place, like cashews, almonds, according to your taste. A cup of freshly sliced tomatoes, some very little water, some freshly crushed pepper powder, some freshly peeled garlic, some Parmesan cheese, some freshly shredded cheddar cheese, 1 fresh lemon, 2 cubes of fresh butter, and some olive oil. The first step to make this pasta is to boil the spinach. So to boil it, I have added half into this big saucepan. I have added half water into this. So I need to boil the water and boil this spinach for about just a minute until it becomes soft, and remove it, and into the same water we'll be boiling the pasta. Now the water is perfectly boiled. It's time to add this fresh spinach into it. Now the spinach is boiled for about a minute. It's time to transfer this into a bowl. While this boiled spinach is cooling up, it's time to cook the pasta in the same water, to the same saucepan. In the water which we have boiled the spinach, I'm adding salt to cook the pasta, and the pasta goes into the same saucepan. Let the pasta cook for about 20 to 25 minutes until they become al dente. Al dente means the pasta shouldn't be cooked so soft and they shouldn't be undercooked. They should be very firm when you give it a bite under your teeth, and that's the meaning of al dente. Close the saucepan with a lid so that they quickly boil. While this pasta is getting cooked up in this big saucepan, it's time to make the sauce for this pasta. To make the sauce, I'm chopping the boiled spinach first. Into the same chopper goes some walnuts, some sunflower nuts. You can add nuts of your choice like almonds, cashews, some freshly squeezed lemon into this, some salt. Already we have added some salt into this pasta while boiling, a little. some pepper, some Parmesan cheese, some freshly picked basil leaves, when you add these basil leaves, you get the feeling of eating the Italian pasta, which is really tasty. And 2 cloves of peeled garlic. Together, give it a quick mix. It's all perfectly blended. Wow, the color and smell of it is really amazing. Now the pasta is all cooked up to that al dente. It should not be very soft, it should be stiff and firm. So I'm just transferring it to a bowl. I've transferred this pasta into this bowl. While the pasta is very hot, I'm adding some fresh cheese into this and the blended spinach, basil, nuts with Parmesan cheese and the garlic will go into this bowl. Give this a good stir. Let everything mix very well. While the cheese is melting up in this hot pasta, it's time to season this with some cooked tomatoes and butter and garlic and add into this as a topping. So into the big skillet goes some olive oil, a little, 3 spoons of it, some fresh butter, a little. It's time to chop some fresh garlic. To the butter and olive oil, add the freshly chopped garlic and don't brown them, just fry them until they give that special fragrance. Fry it for about half a minute and add the this kind of sliced tomatoes into the skillet and let them cook for about 2 to 3 minutes. Don't cook until the tomatoes are soft, but just to give that softness for about 2 to 3 minutes. Cook it and top this to the pasta. Now the tomatoes are all cooked up for 3 minutes and you can add little water to it to make the pasta little loose, not very stiff and thick. Just a little water into the pasta. Oh wow, the green and the red color together looks so heavenly. Give everything a good stir. Now that the pasta is already in this bowl, it looks colorful. It's really yummy, creamy with the tomatoes, not too much cooked. And I'm transferring this to a serving plate to taste this dish. The pesto pasta is already in the plate to taste. So without making any late, I'll be tasting this dish. So before you taste this dish, top it with some fresh Parmesan cheese, some fresh basil leaves, if you want some pepper, and squeeze in some fresh lemon juice into this. If you want to top some nuts, you can always top on it. And giving this a taste along with the tomato pieces. It's so heavenly, so delicious, and especially with the nuts. We have blended the nuts, the spinach, the basil with the garlic and the Parmesan cheese, and we have seasoned it with some olive oil, some butter, and fried some garlic chopped, and even the tomatoes. They're half cooked, and together it's so yummy, so divine, so delicious, and in fact so heavenly. Eating this kind of special pasta is always tempting, and as I said you before, this has the fresh, healthy, greeny leafy vegetables into this, and which would be definitely liked by children. Not only children, it's going to be a favorite dish for everyone in the family, and it's going to be a very good lunchbox recipe for all the children out there. Don't you think this dish is really yummy, creamy, and interesting to make in your kitchen? So please give it a try and let me know the feedback of your recipe in the comment section below. If you like this pesto pasta recipe, give it a big thumbs up and share with all your friends and families. And to get the notifications of my upcoming videos, please hit the notification button near the subscribe button. That's the bell button. I'm going to be back soon with another interesting recipe in Visu's Magical Kitchen. Until then, enjoy homemade fresh food with fresh ingredients and stay healthy. This is Visu signing off from Visu's Magical Kitchen. Don't forget to subscribe my channel here and watch my other videos here. Until then, bye!